Alright, since you've had some time to think about a little bit about the solving by substitution, I'm going to go through the steps one more time, just more briefly than what I did in the other notes. So step 1 is you're going to look for the variable by itself, in other words, the x equals or y equals. So that's what we're looking for, but if it's not that way, then you need to solve for one of the variables. Okay, step number 2 is you're going to substitute and solve. You're going to substitute one equation into the other. And step number 3 is you're going to find the other variable. So if you look at number 1 on your worksheet, this one is already solved for x equals. So this is going to go where the x is down here. So this will be 2 times 6 minus 4y minus 3y equals 1. So that becomes 12 minus 8y minus 3y equals 1. So step number 1 was already done for us. What I'm doing now is step number 2. This is the substitute and solve step. So we're going to combine like terms. This turns into 12 minus 11y equals 1. And then you're going to subtract 12 from both sides. And you end up with negative 11y equals negative 11. So y equals 1. Okay, so 1 is the x equals y equals step. Step number 2 is the sub and solve. Sub-solve. Okay, step number 3 is the other variable. Okay, so we're going to take the x equals equation, and you could really use either equation for this, but this one is already set up to help us find what we need without much work. 6 minus 4, y was 1. So this is 6 minus 4, so x equals 2. So there's our x, there's our y. This is 2, 1 is the coordinate point answer. So that's where the two lines would cross. So on number 2, I'm not going to do this one for you, but I'm going to help you set it up a little bit. If you look at this, there is a y all by itself right there. And when we do substitution, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for an equation, and then we're looking for an x equals or y equals. Well, there's not one on number 2, so you have to turn this one around so that it's just y equals. I can do that, and I could do this to either one, but it's just easier with this one because the y is all by itself. So this is y equals negative 2x minus 2. The 2x, negative 2x and negative 2 don't go together because one has a variable, the other doesn't. So now I have two equations. That again is the step number 1. This is the y equals x equals step. Number 2 is the sub and solve step. So that's where we're going to take the y equals negative 2x minus 2, and now we're going to plug it in for the y right there because y is that. So 4x plus 3, take out the y and leave a parenthesis there. And replace the parentheses, or the y in the parentheses, with 2x minus 2. Notice that I put parentheses on there. So now you're doing the same steps again. Step number 2 is to sub and solve for x. And then step number 3 is to solve for y. Okay, and a hint I'll give you on the next one is, I think I might solve that one for y, or you could solve this one for x, whichever one you want to do. Okay, the other one is these word problems. I don't want you to get confused by these. So let's look at number 4, and I'll give you the answers to most of these in just a second. So you're selling tickets to a high school play. You're selling student tickets. And we're selling adult tickets. From here, you need to decide what letters represent these because we want to know how many of each type. So we want to know how many student tickets, how many adult tickets. I call this a how much, how many question. And then the other thing about these is that money goes with money. Okay, so S goes with the student tickets, A goes with the number of adult tickets sold. And from here, you just look and see, okay, a student tickets cost $5. So if I wanted to figure out the quantity purchased from that, I would set up the equation as 5 times S plus 8 times A, because the adult tickets cost $8. And that equals a total. Our two totals that they've got going on here is 556 and 3,797. $5 and $8 have to do with money. So money goes with money. So this is 3,797 is the money total. So if we're figuring out money in the left side of the equation, then our total better be the money side. So this is how much. And then how many tickets are sold is what they're asking. So this is going to be student tickets plus adult tickets equals 556 tickets. This is the how many equation. Okay, that's why I call this how much, how many. Money goes with money. How much is the how much do things cost, and the how many is the quantity. Okay, so from here you're going to follow the same steps that we did before. Number one is your S equal A equal thing. You got to solve one of the equations for a letter. So that's easiest with this first one. So I'm going to take away S from both sides. And when I'm done with that, then I have A equals 556 minus S. Okay, so that's step number one. Step number two is the sub and solve step. So I'm going to take this information and put it in parentheses. Put it in parentheses, and this is going to go into the other equation. So let me write that other equation down here so we don't have to worry about it so much. I've got A equals 556 minus S, and we know that the other equation is 5S plus 8A equals 3797. So this information is going to go in right there for the A. So that'll be 5S plus 8 times 556 minus S equals 3,797. So from here I end up with 5S, and I'm just going to go through the solving steps. Distribute. So this is plus 4, 4, 4, 8 minus 8S equals 3797. Then we're going to combine our like terms. And then we're going to divide by -3. Oops, sorry. We've got to subtract 4448 first. So I'm going to subtract 4448 first. And move all this up here. So this is now -3S equals -651. Then divide by -3. The number of student tickets equals 217. Okay, so we've got that. Now we have to find the other value, and at this point you can pretty much say, oh, well, there's 556 tickets sold, so let's subtract it from 217. So we'll go ahead and do that, but I'll do it in the format that we've been talking about with the other ones. So this is the substitute and solve part of this. A equals 5 556 minus S. So A equals 556 minus 217. So A equals 339. But you're not quite done there. You have to put it in the context for me so that I know that you know what the letters represent. So you say 217 student tickets sold. And 339 adult tickets sold. Okay, that's a requirement. Number 5, I'm just going to set up. So dimes are worth 5 cents and nickels are worth, dimes are worth 10 cents and nickels are worth 5 cents. We're talking about dimes, so D equals the number of dimes. N equals the number of nickels. There are 18 coins in the bag. The 18 coins are made up of dimes and nickels. So that's a total. The money total is $1.25. Money goes with money. So dimes are worth 10 cents. Nickels are worth 5 cents. And that equals $1.25. Notice that I put the dime in 0.1 form and the nickel value in 0.05 form because we're talking about dollars over here. So you follow the same steps on that. I want you to look at the number 6 one and then you're on your own. Drumsticks are $10.50 a pair. So drumsticks. I'm going to turn this off for a second while I write those. So I've defined my letters so I know what they are. Drumstick pairs are $10.50 times D plus $24 for the brushes. And the money total, because money goes with money, is $90. But this time it says he buys 2 times as many pairs of drumsticks as brushes. So they're buying more drumsticks. So the drumsticks equals 2B. So that would be the second equation. And these are actually kind of nice because they're already set up for what you need. So as you're working on this, you might want to know what the answers are, but make sure you show your work on this. But I'm going to give you the answers. We already did this one, and if you need more time, pause your video and then write down the answers. Number 5, the answers are 11 and 7. You still have to do the full sentences for these though. Number 6, the answers are 4 and 2. Number 7, the answers you get should be 4 and 8. Number 8 is 196 and 290. And number 9 is 9 and 12. And then number 10, you might want to look at this picture. I set up the equations for you, but there's the answers for that one. All right, good luck. And number 7 is optional. You don't have to do it. Forgot to tell you that. Have a great Thanksgiving.